Welcome, Solara here. I did a longer reading. It's not a reading, it's more downloads, and I pulled a few cards to add to what it was I was saying, or add to add details or whatever. But I'm coming now to do just a purely organic reading. So I've been directed to go into the Moonology Oracle. There's only one thing that my guides have asked me to speak on, and that was that I've been picking up on this energy. It actually came out in the reading I just did, but I didn't correlate. I didn't put two and two together at the time, and my guide showed me after. They said, "You see, it's there again," and that was a woman holding a heart came out. And another energy that has been coming forth at this time is there is a female energy, or someone who's very much in their feminine energy. It could be a man or a woman. I'm getting more a woman, who is something about this full moon, and maybe even the Mercury retrograde, has left this person in some form of regret. Now, this person might still be in your life, or this person, you might be estranged from them. I'm getting that it's a very intimate relationship. Sibling, could be cousin, could be former friend, somebody who you have somewhat of a history, like there was an emotional bond also, right? This person, they chose something over you. Or they've done something, and they hid it, and not only did they hide it, but they turned it around on you in some way. Either way, it doesn't matter. The details are not important, because for all of you it's going to be different. But this person is wanting to come back and apologize in some way, or they're wanting you to reach out to them. You'll know that this is for you if you have been picking up all of a sudden since the full moon. This person in your energy could also be an aunt, I heard. It feels more like family, like a sibling, a cousin, an aunt, maybe even a mother. It definitely is it definitely feels like a female energy, and because this full moon in Cancer is all about family, and many of you are closing out certain cycles with family, maybe energetically, maybe physically too. You know, for some of you, the physical close is going to come later. There's someone here that's lamenting, let's put it that way, that wishes they had done something differently. Yes. I don't know if that's going to come through here, but now I'm going to go into the Moonology Oracle and see what's going to come out. Let me just connect. Ooh, yes. Messages for the collective, please. Spirit, messages. You're holding off on doing something. You're holding off on making an initial step towards something that you really want. Now, this could have to do with a person. This could have to do with a project. This could have to do with anything that you have a lot of sentiment towards. We have be bold and make the first move. There's something that is, it's almost like the energy I'm getting is like there's a fire that's roaring in you, but you don't want to, it's like you don't want to take the fire and bring it out of you yet, if that makes sense. There's a fire in you that's ready to come into the open, to be expressed or presented, or to be used to begin to like strike a match of an energy that's going to lead somewhere for you. But there's a reticence around this. This could be you, or this could be someone else. But what I'm feeling like there's this buildup, this internal buildup of something, and it feels like passion. And when I say passion, it doesn't have to necessarily be sex or love. It literally could be, it's like the spark of creating something beautiful. And it's like, you know that you've been sent here to do it, and you're brimming with the energy now of wanting to begin, but there's some kind of fear or trepidation around it. Here we have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So there's something here about maybe having, it's either that you may have tried to do this in the past and it didn't gain momentum the way you wanted to, or you've done something similar in the past and it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. For some of you, there's something here about the conditions and the timing of whenever you may have done this in the past were not going to line up with what it was you wanted to accomplish. And that's because some of you had some healing to do, some letting go of certain things in order to move into your North Node. It's your North Node energy that you had to access in order to get the wheels rolling in this energy so that it could actually move forward and gain momentum. For some of you, the reason why it didn't stop was because you also had blockages. You had energies, entities, people, factions, whatever you want to call them, that were at work trying to keep you stuck in your South Node, and also keep you in a place of, and when I say stuck in your South Node, it's stuck in energies that you've already graduated from. Your South Node doesn't always have to be like bad things, okay? It's just that these are energies that you've graduated from. They're not the energies you came to learn new lessons on in this lifetime, but you are supposed to have taken the lessons you learned from those energies to help to push you into your North Node. So, for example, if you have I don't know, what should we do here? Like maybe like a North Node in, let's take the nodes as they are right now. No, let's do something else. Let's take the North, say you have a North Node in Capricorn and a South Node in Cancer. Okay, so in a previous life, your South Node in Cancer was all about you accessing your ability to nurture, to be very devoted to your family, but in a very nurturing way, to uphold the traditions of your family, to be very selfless, and to be very, it's kind of the energy of the mother, like the Cancerian energy, right? But your North Node in Capricorn now is requiring that you go out into the world and you make a success of yourself, and you shine, and you do all of this stuff. It's not really focused on your achievements in the home. It's more about your external achievements. That's part of your North Node, right? And this is just like an example. That's not even the esoteric stuff of the nodes, like those energies, I should say. But let's just use that as an example. And here we go. I didn't see it. Okay, so here we have your hard work is paying off, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. Both Capricorn energy. You could be a Capricorn. Maybe you're. I didn't see that these were out just now. I haven't turned them over properly, so that's really funny, the Capricorn energy. You could be maybe you're the goat. Maybe you're the greatest of all time. You could be a Capricorn. The Capricorn energy, of course, is to do with 10th house. It is to do with fame, career, success, reputation. So there's something about well, with a lot of these energies, it's like the reason you couldn't do this was your light was dimmed, and now it's time for you to shine. But there's something else here. It's almost like you've been or you've had to be very insular. It's almost like this energy of having to allow others to shine, or there's something here about you having to like give up your dream or give up your success for another. And I'm getting more like this is not necessarily like a unconscious thing. It's like a conscious decision you've made. It's not something that you may have necessarily wanted to do. For some of you, it's like this very strong energy of having to step in for someone else and pursue something because of that. Yeah. We just had the new moon in Capricorn. What was it, like coming up on 3 weeks ago? So I feel like for some of you, a new cycle is beginning. Capricorn is also cardinal energy. So we do have this cardinal moon. There's something that's beginning. There's something that's beginning, and there's something that's also ending. And whatever is ending with the end of a tough cycle approaches with the full moon in Capricorn. It's some kind of contract that you were in that had you unable to move forward, and it had you stuck in your South Node, right? But it's like I feel like you've been released from this contract, or you're about to be released from this contract with the full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. For some of you, this might have to do literally with like a court case. There's some kind of balancing of energies, karmic balancing. For some of you, it could have to do with a divorce with this Libra energy. Could have to do with you separating yourself from a group or from a person, like a business partner even. With the full moon, with the Libra energy, it's all about like intimate relationships, partnerships, I should say. There's something here that you've gotten free of. And for some of you, there's an interesting timeline that's been playing out for you from, I want to say, July of last year up until this new moon. From the full moon in Capricorn up until the new moon, there was some kind of cycle that was playing out. And how I'm seeing it is it was like kind of like this back and forth in this energy. Like this energy where you're about to get a win-win outcome, right? There's been a lot of teetering back and forth, like trying to overcome this energy in order to get through to your new beginning. And it's closing out now. Full moon in Libra, whatever was bringing imbalance so that you couldn't make this move forward, you couldn't express this or go forward in it, is closing out. Yeah, for some of you, this is like some kind of divorce. It's kind of like some kind of situation that for whatever reason, maybe it was like a whole bunch of negotiating and going back and forth, and it wasn't closing out. And until it was done, you didn't feel comfortable moving forward with someone new. Because what I'm feeling here, and that doesn't have to be for all of you, what I'm feeling here is this energy. There's this buildup. It's this energy that wants to just start. It wants to get free. It's there and it's ready. And it wants to take shape. It wants to take form with this Capricorn energy. And for some of you, it has to do with work. And for some of you, this is love, but this is also somebody who you might be doing some kind, you might already be professionally linked with them, or it might be something that you guys not only build a romance together, but you also build a lifestyle together because you do the same work. Capricorn is always all about contracts. This is like the overlap of new and old contracts. There's an old contract that's been lingering. It's been lingering and causing imbalance in your reality, whereby you knew this new thing had to happen, but you knew you couldn't quite move forward in it until this thing was settled. And it's about to be settled. And for some of you, I think it already has been settled. It's either about to be settled or it's either about to be settled or it already has been settled. And there's an energy here of you like having become accustomed to like being on the cusp of like hoping for, it's almost that energy of like, not that PTSD is an energy per se, but if you've struggled with all of these micro traumas that have been a result of all of this warfare and these blocks that kept on coming on your path, and every time you thought you'd overcome it, or if the situation was about to close, there would be another obstacle presented to you. There's kind of like that energy of holding your breath and waiting for something else to happen, because it's almost like you don't believe that it's done, or when this happens, this is going to be the danger. It's going to be like being reticent about moving forward with something just in case it's not truly the end. But I do feel like this is the end, like not only because it says the end of a tough cycle approaches here, but also because Capricorn energy deals with contracts. It deals with legalities. It deals with nasty contracts. It deals with the karmic things. It deals with the things that try to bind us into our South Node. Let's see. I think I'm going to go into the state. I don't want this reading to be too long. I just wanted to pull some energies and do a shorter and a lighter reading than the downloads. It's like a lot of you have dealt with this energy of being tripped up on your path. Yeah. And they said, move the card, move it. And what do we have here? It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, and then we have a new romantic cycle begin. So you've got double Libra, double Capricorn energy. Okay, and then we have Scorpio. So there's something about releasing any stagnant emotions you have concerning this. And when I mean stagnant emotions, what I'm picking up here is that you are being told, let go, the old cycle, it truly is over this time. You don't have to look over your shoulder and try to see when the next obstacle is coming. It's time to release that. It's time to release the feeling like of impending doom, is what they just said. Release the impending doom feeling, like it's okay. This new energy is actually here to stay. Okay, and you can be bold and make the first move. You can go forward and begin to build, whether this is with a person, like a new romantic cycle approaches, or whether it's like a new romantic cycle within your own life, in the sense that you're finally able to begin to build based upon, you know, what connects with the truth of your own heart and your own heart song. You know, it can be that. It doesn't have to be love. It's about the romance, but it doesn't have to be romance with another person. You dig me? Like, it doesn't have to be. Release the fear you have around everything falling apart again. Or release the fear you have around this person returning or another obstacle coming up. You know, whatever your individual story is. Okay, more messages, please, Spirit. For some of you, you had like assignments with entities and energies of destruction that were part of this contract, and so you've had this this constant like building something only to watch it crumble. It's happened to you so many times. It's over. That entity, that energy, the contract with it, it's broken. It's broken. It was part of your South Node. You had to overcome it in this particular incarnation, and now it's done with. And the trauma of that, you're being asked to I don't want to say overcome it, because I know this energy all too well, but it's like your guides are asking you to lean deeper into faith and move out of fear. Lean deeper into not only faith, but also hope. Tune into hope. Call back your hope. Call back your hope from the old cycle. So we have taking shelter. The answers are within. Okay, we also have fogged in. Go slow and take your time. So if you're feeling pressured in moving forward in any way, or it's almost like what I'm seeing, it's like you might be using an old cycle to be a mile marker almost. Let it go. Let it go. The way that you are to move forward in this new relationship, new venture, whatever this new energy is that's coming forth, is in a way like you've never done before. Like, even if you're revisiting something or rebuilding something, the way you're doing it this time is completely different, in the sense of even the details of how you're going to do it. So the only way to really tune into that is to tune into yourself, because the formula for moving forward this time around is not the same as before. So in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. You're right where you're supposed to be. Let the energies that you're in right now work for you. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. There's this hard taskmaster energy that's here with the Capricorn. Like you're being very hard on your kind of time, waiting for this cycle to end, or you feel like you're on some kind of timeline. It feels like you've lost time, or that energy of feeling like you're too old, or you should have accomplished this by now, or you should have accomplished this by there's that kind of pressure I'm feeling, and I feel like it's mostly coming from you. It could be external. A lot of the time it is a continuation of a narrative that has been given us originally by someone else or by society, but it's like you're being asked to abandon that. It's time for you to not only choose your own path, but it's also time for you to choose the tempo, the ingredients, you know, how and when you move forward. You know, it's like time for you to take your own guidance, but your guidance that's rooted not in ego, but in your divinity. And when I say ego, like not in that fear energy of feeling like you've got to grind or feeling like you've got to, it's that, like I said, it's that hard taskmaster energy that eventually, if you don't temper it with some self-compassion, it's going to, you're going to tear yourself down. You're going to tear yourself down. And for some of you, it's even in the way that you show up in this relationship. Like some of you have some old-fashioned ways, not old-fashioned, like it doesn't have to be old, maybe it is old-fashioned for some of you, but more it's like this old way of seeing something that you're being called to let go. It's like you're being too hard on yourself, and for some of you, if you're in a relationship, hard on someone else. But really what I'm getting more than anything is you're being too hard on yourself. Let yourself be. Let yourself, even in the aftermath of whatever this is, where there has had to be balance brought, even if it's a court case, whatever this Libra energy is to you, give your system the time to recalibrate so you know now how to move forward. It's almost like with that fogged in card that was coming out at the bottom, the reason you're not seeing clearly is because you haven't calibrated into the new energies. You're in the new energies, but your mind is still in the old. And it's like Spirit wants you to come into the new and to have every single one of your bodies calibrated mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything to be calibrated into 0 point. But in order for that to happen, you have to let it. You have to release any need to control. That's another thing. And that goes for you too if you're coming into some kind of romantic situation. There's almost like this need to make up for some kind of lost time. But time hasn't been lost. This is you're exactly where you're supposed to be. As that card wanted to come out. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. There's something here that you are, you're missing. You're missing in your, like, it's almost this energy of like legality, you know, like legalism, but with self. You're missing out on the treasure that is maybe even in the day-to-day, in the mundane, and in you. You're missing out on the treasure that you're supposed to be mining, or that is opening up to you because you're being too hard on yourself, okay? Watching clouds. Yeah, take a chill pill, lie back, rest, relax, recalibrate. 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 That's what they keep on saying. Your pathway is not like anyone else's. There's a narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Your pathway is not like anyone else's. There's no blueprint for how it is you're supposed to move forward outside of yourself. And if yourself is here to dictate the rhythms of how you as an individual are supposed to move forward on your path. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look at Sally. Don't look at Paul. It's time to focus on you. Right? And there's something here with being very rigid and maybe like routine and time with this Capricorn energy and this Saturnian energy, and you're being told to let it go. This very strong, there was something else that was coming out too. Lie back, rest and relax. There was something else I was picking up with this Capricorn energy. No, I'm not getting it. Yeah, some of you are too focused on the material. You're too focused on the money. You're too focused on the time. You're too focused on the performance. And it's not that those things aren't important. It's just that there's something about it needing to be brought into balance. Some of you are being called to take the time to meditate. Meditate. Chill out. Chill out. It's like some of you are wanting to schedule something or structure something and take the time, and it's like you feel like the more time you put into something, the more productive you are. But that doesn't have to be the case, because sometimes, especially within the construct of the matrix or the old world, whatever you want to call it, we always felt like we had to be doing something. It was part of our value. Like we had to be productive at all costs, when really we weren't being productive, we were just keeping busy. And there's something about letting that mentality go. And if this is love, then letting go of some kind of control and how you are supposed to be, or the timing of this, or how it's supposed to go. It really is ultimately about relinquishing some form of control. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading was helpful and insightful. It was nice to do something a little bit more mundane and less like, even like that gets me very emotionally charged. But anyway, I will see you guys again soon. Please do the YouTube thing. Please like, share, subscribe, and all of that stuff. If you want to work with me, all information is below. You can check out my website. I don't do personal readings. I do one-to-one mentoring sessions. All my information, like I said, is on my website. And once you decide, you can drop me an email and we can schedule an appointment, or if it's a Tarotstrology soul report that you're looking, soul mapping report that you're looking for, then we can touch base there too. So please feel free to email me once you decide what it is that you want to do moving forward. But I'm sending you guys so much love. I will see you again soon. Take care.